Welcome to Pride Against Prejudice, a Shadowrun 4th edition actual play podcast.
Hi, I'm Simon and I'm playing Huggy Bear.
Hi, I'm Al and I'll be playing Maverick.
Hi, I'm Jack and I play Toyger.
Hi, I'm Michael and I'll be playing Sunshine.
Hi, my name's Dutch or Kerry and I'll be playing Alexandra.
And my name is Rhydian, I'm the GM. If you would like any bonus content, a link to our living campaign map can be found in the show notes, along with a link to our Discord where you can get occasional bonus episodes, and if you'd like to add locations to the map or just ask us questions, you're welcome to join us there. If you stick about for a few seconds at the end of the episode, we also have a question for you as well. Following content may contain themes and materials not suitable for all audiences. Listener discretion is advised. Before we dive into the episode, here's some pay data on another one of the Shadowrun podcasts out there for you to listen to.
Are you trying to serve me a subpoena?
No, I'm trying to do some crime.
Has this ever happened to you? You're trying to do some crime but don't know where to start? Well, you're in luck, listener. Why not try Sinless Brand Actual Play Podcast and YouTube series? Sinless is a Shadowrun 3rd edition actual play podcast that follows a group of career criminals while they try and make a life in the barrens of 2050s Seattle. Follow the crew as they build their reputation, starting as a simple Redmond gang doing odd jobs around the community and end up in way over their heads as deniable assets in international power struggles and megacorp feuds. Sinless eliminates the crunch and instead focuses on the stories of the runners that you'll come to love or hate. When you try Sinless Brand Podcast, you'll learn how to commit multiple felonies, such as kidnapping,
a horned figure approaching you. Okay, cool.
Summary execution.
And I pull my gun and I shoot him in the head.
Oh, grand theft.
Look, man, I'm driving, all right?
Not anymore, you're not parking, get out. Terrorism.
So how do we all feel about regicide?
And many, many more. So what are you waiting for? Try Sinless Brand Actual Play Podcast and YouTube series today. The makers of Sinless do not endorse commission of any actual crime outside of your gaming group. The makers of Sinless are not responsible people. Do not use Sinless brand products if you are allergic to fun. Talk to your doctor if you experience any of the side effects, including but not limited to uncontrollable laughter, compulsive dice roll, nausea, vomiting, lost character sheets, dizziness or vertigo, unnatural attachment to fictional characters, withdrawal between episodes, ocular bleeding, Cheeto fingers, caffeine dependence, insomnia, or death. Sinless, the actual play that puts the gag in baggage. Available at your local Stuffer Shack or wherever you listen to podcasts.
The team have made it to Maine and taken a look at the Reform School, where Toyger's cousin Alexandra is being held. Now it's time to go fishing for information, ideas, or even just a plan. So, last session, when we left off, Toyger, you had just summoned a spirit which had snuck its way carefully into the grounds of Cornville. And it had managed to find Alexandra, sneak into a room, and then it appeared at the end of her bed and said,
"The septic bitch told the manly prick where you are. He's coming. Don't worry, he won't be long."
So how the hell are you reacting to this, Alexandra?
Oh, frag. So she backs up as it's basically into the corner of the room, like against the wall. Goes, frag. The drugs are supposed to stop this. The drugs were supposed to stop this. If I tell them I'm seeing things again, it's just gonna get worse. Oh, frag. And she basically hides under the blanket.
Yeah, unfortunately, you're getting towards the end of whatever free time you have, and they're going to be dragging you out for yet another goddamn group session or something soon. The rest of you in the van, what are your next moves? What are you doing?
Well, I need to create a back door for myself.
Okay.
Unless we're going to do this run right now. Yes, you do.
Okay, what do I need to roll for that?
So what I'm going to say is just roll me an edit file action followed by a stealth. So you're just creating...
Would this be edit authorized or unauthorized? Because I currently have a security account.
You have a fake security account, so I'm going to say this is unauthorized.
Sure, coming up. Ooh, 2 hits. I am unhappy with that level of success.
Fair enough.
So re-roll 8 dice. 4 hits, that's better. Followed by a stealth, you said?
Yep. So that's 5 hits total, is it?
4 on the edit and 4 on the stealth.
Right, cool. Thank you very much. Last session, when we were talking about what the host looks like inside, you were saying it's like very strict, awful Victorian school. And there's somebody with sort of Victorian suit and one of those collars that looks like it's trying to slice your ears. It's so high and got so much starch in it.
Yep.
Clearly the security spider walking around in like old-fashioned schoolmaster uniform.
Yep.
And you have a moment where you think he spots you and you duck into one of the classrooms and start just pull out this filing cabinet that just accordions the length of the room and look like you're just looking through files.
Bruce Almighty intensifies.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he glances in as you're doing this and stops for a moment and just flexes the cane and then walks back off down the corridor. And you're having that moment of, oh, frag, that was close. But yeah.
I mop some 1s and 0s off my brow.
So, have you sculpted your avatar to blend in at all?
I'm gonna say I would have done as part of my setting up a fake account thing.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I'm gonna stick out like a sore thumb.
Yeah. So, yeah, you've got yourself a fake account. I'll say that it's an admin level account because you're currently logged in as an admin user.
Cool.
Is there anything else you wish to do in the host?
Put that one out to the team, I think. Is there anything else we want to get right now?
Can you get to the power supply?
To power supplies?
Because if you can turn the fence off from in there, not doing it just now, but finding it just now, if you can turn off the electric fence, that might be useful later.
Alright, give me an analyze if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, I can do that. Analyze. Ooh, wow, 7 hits.
Are you sure you don't have edge turned on there, buddy?
I don't. I do not have edge turned on.
Clearly Sunshine is getting better at this.
Yeah.
That was an astonishing roll. You only had 1 die that wasn't a success.
That was 1 fail. Well, there went all your dice luck for the session.
Yeah, you blown it all, Michael. You're not getting that back.
You have burned all your 6s.
You find that on the housekeeping node, there's a sub-node that's like power supply, and within that, there's a security section that controls power to the electric fence.
Okay.
Right, useful.
Yep. Okay.
Ooh, while you're in there, I'm guessing they must have kennels for the bar jests. Maybe check if those have a remote digital lock?
Ooh, could those just be locked?
I mean, there'll be some that are out at any given time, one assumes.
Killing 2 bar jests is easier than killing 4.
The information that you got from Hemlock was that they let them out at night. You've not got any paracritter knowledge or anything like that, so you ain't getting a roll for this one.
Right. But on my 7 hits on Analyze, do I see that if the Barghest cages are lockable?
You take a little glance in the security node. It seems that they're not using remote locks on those. If you have a little bit more of a dig, you go into like some of the security protocols and stuff, you find that there's like a couple of specialist handlers for them. And there's some notes about there's a meeting from 6 months ago about where they proposed it, and the handler was pointing out, yeah, sure, great, how are you getting them back in? And if you fire me and stuff like this. So, yeah.
Holy frack. Guys, I think they may be using mechanical keys for this. So, no.
Oh well, it was a good idea.
Yeah, it's worth a try.
Kind of want one of the keys. Later.
You're a kleptomaniac, Toyger.
They're so shiny and satisfying to hold.
Not proving me wrong.
I'm not even trying to deny it.
Good.
Shiny objects.
Are you sure you're not a raven shaman?
How dare you?
Magpie? Is magpie a totem?
How dare you? I will urinate on your soft furnishings and claw up your antique rugs. It was so much fun the first time I did it, I've not had a chance to repeat offend.
I am not letting you visit, Toyger.
You don't even have any soft furnishings for me to urinate on.
Stay out of my flat, you weirdo.
I've been in your flats.
And you never will again. Now that you've threatened to urinate on everyone's soft furnishings.
Toyger's sofa pissing fetish aside, what are the rest of you doing? It's like the Big Lebowski, but with sofas.
Really tied the room together.
It's not a fetish, it's a hobby.
Keep telling yourself that.
Anyway, what more do we need to know about this place? How many guards are there? You had security protocols there. What are the guard rotas like?
Yeah, you can look up the number of guards fairly easily. There's between 10 and 20 out and about around the grounds at any one time, largely just because the grounds and the buildings, there's so much area to cover.
That's a huge security staff for a school.
A school full of, poshos.
Kidnapped rich poshos.
Yeah, the other thing to take into account there, Sunshine, is the fact that, that it's in the middle of a woodland filled with paracritters and hypercarnivores.
Fair point, well made.
It'll be a little bit embarrassing if Johnny McRichboy gets eaten by a piasma.
We're a horned bear, we're in territory for horned bears. Surprised those haven't come up yet.
Stop invoking the carnivores, Toyger.
They were eaten by the piasma, there we go.
Stop invoking the carnivores, GM.
The great mantises as well.
Toyger!
Are you sure you want the Shadowrun GM to start pulling out the stat sheets for bugs?
No, we do not. Put that stat sheet away.
Sunshine, is there a standard operating procedure for an attack on the school? Or an attempted kidnapping? Because if we can find the SOP, we can fuck with them.
That's actually a very good, well-made point. Who are you and what have you done with Toyger?
Good question. Changing the SOP won't change how they react.
No, but we can know what their SOP is.
We can know what they'll do, and we might be able to set things up such that they start reacting wrong.
Yeah.
Alternatively, in the event of an attack on the school, all children are to make their way to Point E. Sunshine, you have remote access, you lock the door to Point E from the outside. In the event of this alarm sounding, go here, you can sound this alarm whenever you like. If we can get this information, we can play them I don't know. What's a thing that rich people play? Harps?
Violins?
If we could get hold of the protocols for a fire alarm.
Ooh.
Where do the kids go from each building when a fire alarm
that
goes
should
off?
be incredibly public and easy to find.
Yeah.
I'm not going to make you roll another analyze there, Sunshine. With 7 hits, you've got a pretty good idea of where stuff is at the moment.
Cool.
Standard operating procedure for a fire alarm. There's a big old car park in the sort of horseshoe of buildings. Is all kids go there, and the security protocols surrounding this are that the guards stand at the perimeter to keep an eye out for things, to stop any runners or anything like that.
Is that runners as in our profession, or runners as in children attempting to escape?
You pick.
I think in this case the answer is yes.
It wasn't a deliberate pun, but I'll take it. So, yeah, they all send them into the big old car park. They keep them well away from the building in the middle, the sort of multi-faith building. In the event of an attack, you can find the SOPs for that. Some of the guard force goes to, if it's at night, goes to the dormitory and locks that down. Some of them go to respond, the remainder watch the perimeter.
Okay.
So it's a fairly standard guard your most valuable thing, try and deal with the bad shit, look out for anything else response. They do also have, in the event of an attack, they call in Wuxing HTR, who are on a very short response time, like less than 5 minutes.
Each.
For out here...
Considering we're in the boonies, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
But we're in the boonies at a company town, so there's probably a department.
It's probably a local response team.
Mav, make me or anybody who's got like corporate security or law enforcement, give me a roll on that, please.
Rolling.
We all do. Mav taught us.
Oh yeah, you do, don't you? You've all got police procedures. Forgotten about that.
I don't.
Is this patrol division or is this not? I don't think it is.
No. This would be emergency response. That is in fact glitched there, Mav.
So it is.
So Mav's going, oh yeah, if I was in Lone Star, I'd have loved to do this. This is what we'd have done. And he just goes off on this huge tangent. And some of it's relevant, but not really. The other two are going, no, 5-minute response time out here in bumfuck nut. Yeah, that's going to be a T-bird.
Mav, I've never seen you get that enthusiastic about telling us something. Yeah, this is nice. This is nice seeing you like this.
Except, I was enthusiastically wrong. We shouldn't encourage this.
I mean, it's fun. Enthusiasm should always be encouraged, because someone who's enthusiastically wrong will one day be enthusiastically right.
I'm normally unenthusiastically right.
We're out in the boonies, so they're unlikely to send an Astromancer, but there's definitely going to be Wushu adepts in the high threat response team.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is don't go loud.
If we can help it.
If we go loud and very fast, we might get away with it.
And our getaway vehicle is how fast?
Not very.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That is also something we need to plan our long-term escape.
I mean, Huggy's out communing with nature. Maybe she'll come back and she'll have befriended the Peritons, and we can just set that on the T-bird that they send against us.
So that's our plan C. Does anyone have a plan B to suggest?
Don't get caught.
We don't really own anything that can go up against a T-bird.
Yeah, Chummer, I've got, like, a rifle that I barely know how to use, and some pistols.
T-birds aren't that tough. They're very tough, but they're not that tough. We have enough machine guns, we might be able to take one down between Huggy and I.
However, if we end up taking down a T-bird...
We are very hot.
We are very hot, and I somewhat suspect that Wuxing will not look too kindly on us.
That is true.
Yep, they will send a second T-bird.
We're better off doing this quietly.
Dropping a T-bird is...
What's the price tag on those? In millions?
Several.
Yes.
Yeah. So, let's not break their shiny toy. Not sure how we're going to do it yet, but I think we have to do this quietly.
Yeah.
Or cause enough distraction that our load is...
We need to be quiet.
We get away unseen, if not unnoticed.
Could you, through the Matrix, Sunshine, access or edit patient records?
I mean, theoretically, what are you thinking?
I mean, we cause a great hullabaloo of some sort. We sneak Alexandra out. Afterwards, we just bugger off into the woods and vanish. They give up the chase because the woods are full of ghoulies and ghosties and long-leggedy beasties. And they go back in and do a head count, and they look at the student head count and the list of students, and yep, everyone's there. Because Alexandra's already been deleted.
Except that physical people have actually put actual eyeballs on her during her stay, and have memories that I can't edit.
Also, we know that the student records that Sunshine has access to aren't the master's because there's a bunch redacted on those. There's a master copy somewhere offline, or air-gapped.
Yeah, plus,
Plus the actual staff.
And, empty bedrooms and such.
I mean, they're probably not at capacity.
Yes, but security guards remember how many charges they have.
It's true.
We may live in the digital age, but people are not that stupid, even if computers are.
Find something blackmailable, get the director's number during the chaos of the kidnapping, phone her and say, hey, you pretend this didn't happen, and all the shiny objects are yours? Or
Toyger,
instead of that.
Where are you going to find a pile of shiny objects, since this is your operation?
I misspoke. Let me try that again. We find some blackmail material. We ring her up and be like, hey, so yes, one of your students is missing, but unless you want Wuxing to find out all the money you're embezzling, or unless you want the town to find out that you're brainwashing kids, or unless you want the media to find out that you're brainwashing kids, maybe this didn't happen.
That's awful, but it is the shell of a decent idea. If we find blackmail material, we might be able to just arrange to walk in, pick up Alexandra, and leave. But we need blackmail material that is worth more than what she is worth to the school. And we're on a short time scale here.
Presumably her parents would then kick up a fuss. I don't think they've actually entirely forgotten that they have a child at this school that they're paying a great deal of money to.
Probably not. The blackmail material that we find would need to be worth more than that, and that's quite a high bar.
GM, do the students have any sort of devices in their rooms?
Give me an analyze.
Okay. 6 hits. God damn. I am rolling well on analyze tonight.
Sunshine, do you need a fire extinguisher? Yeah, there are devices in students' rooms. Some, not all, have trid sets. All of the lights are linked up to the host as well. They don't seem to have control over the light switches in their rooms.
Yeah, it's prison lighting.
Yeah.
Mandated day and night, yeah.
Curse you, son!
That's not very Aztec technology of you.
Death to the hated day star.
Yeah, there's a camera in each room. There's a camera even in the bathroom of each room. Each room locks at night but has a toilet and a sink, but the camera's set up so that you can see somebody from behind when they're sat on the lavatory. You can't you don't get full frontal. They at least have that much
dignity, yeah,
decency, but
not much more.
It's very much you are watched at all fragging times in this school. If you go digging at all through the cameras, you can probably find Alexandra pretty easily.
Right, what I'm wondering, we could really do with a person on the inside here. Technically, we already have one.
Being the same person we're trying to break out.
Correct. I can probably get her a message.
I mean, we already sent her a message. But you could probably get her a like, non-cryptic message.
Yeah. I'm wondering if she can help us break her out. Like, can she get to a place? She knows the inside of the school. She knows...
This seems like the sort of place that would have speakers in the rooms. Like, in the lunchroom, it can blare out, "Lunch is now concluded, return to your domiciles." And the dormitory would have an internal speaker that can go, "Patient 8472, we can see you masturbating. Stop that at once."
Eat recycled food. It's good for you and okay for the planet. Wait,
Other way
that's
around. It's good for the planet and okay for you.
That's awful.
It's from Judge Dredd.
That explains why it's awful.
The original really bad one with Sly Stallone. It's gloriously shit. So what are you thinking in terms of getting a message to her?
Well, she has screens. Is there a speaker in her room?
Is this place that dystopian?
You would need to find her room, which you've not yet attempted to do. You were just doing a general check before to see, are there devices in their rooms? Basically, if it's electronic, it's on the Matrix in 2072. So, give me an analyze to try to find her specific room, please.
Sure. 3 hits.
Alright, you have to go digging in the patient records again, and it's a little bit of a pain in the bum because they've got it set up in such a way that you're looking in the patient records, but then you're trying to look in the digital records for like devices, and they don't quite line up. You have to go and find another database that translates one naming convention into the other to actually find the bloody thing. But you do actually find it in the end. And give me a control unauthorized, please, followed by a stealth.
Sure. Probably would be command unauthorized, yeah.
Command unauthorized, not control unauthorized. It's the same thing.
4 on the command.
So this is assuming that you're wanting to take control of a device in her room.
And 3 on the stealth.
Yeah, that's fine. You just about managed to squeak past the spider again. But you managed to get a feed from the security camera in her room. And Alexandra, what are you doing right now?
How long does that spirit stay there for?
Seconds. It just appears in front of you, says some words, tells you something, and then it just dematerializes and disappears again.
So once it disappears, she wanders into the bathroom, washes her face, and goes, Nope, it wasn't real. It wasn't real. No, it wasn't real.
We are accidentally setting Alexandra's recovery back quite a long way.
What time of day is? I don't actually know.
It's early evening. It's around about 6:30. You've just finished a counselling session, and you were given a few minutes in your room before the next activity. As you go to wash your face, the door opens and one of the orderlies comes in. They just walk straight into the bathroom. There's no door, no privacy. And they look at you and say, "Exercise time. Outside. Now."
Ah, fuck.
Yeah, I'm coming.
He stands there with crossed arms, and if you even look like you're hesitating, you know that he will just drag you out.
Yep, so I go with him.
What are you up to, Sunshine?
Frag. Okay, well, that plan's gonna have to go on hold.
But we now get to see what the evening exercise routine is.
Yeah, so for those of you who aren't in the Matrix, Mav has a pair of binoculars. I imagine that Toyger's going, "Give me a go, I want to see," and Mav's just there going, no.
This is the early episodes of Red vs. Blue.
Want to go? Give.
Get your own.
Binoculars for Toyger.
Buy your own.
No, mine. Tell you what, fine then. And then Toyger sort of goes astral. Does his best not to, get close enough to upset the Watcher spirits or to draw the attention of that wizard, but is sort of just floating about above the place, snooping.
You'd need to be outside the perimeter, but yeah. And Huggy, you just click the zoom function on your cyber eyes. Job done. It seems to be a group of about 20 or 30 kids. There's some orderlies and instructors with them, and a couple of security guards who are keeping pace with them. And inevitably there's the fat kid at the back who's just getting... He's not getting the boot put in hard, but he is getting the boot put in to make him shift it. And they basically make them do 2 laps of the perimeter before they take them inside.
This is quite a long perimeter. That is a quite long run.
Yeah, the fat kid at the back does puke at one point. He's clearly a new inmate.
The idea is that eventually, if they tire them out long enough, they'll all go to sleep.
Probably.
Yeah.
Well, this place is gruesome.
I mean, we knew that.
They're all wearing sort of grey tracksuits, and you do notice that they're wearing sort of grey... You remember the really shitty shoes that you used to have for gym at school in the UK in the 90s that were just like a 2 mil thick rubber sole and a cloth top?
Yeah.
You mean sand shoes?
Yeah. Yeah, they're all wearing those, and it's pretty clear that any kind of hard usage, those shoes will just fucking fall to bits.
That's the idea. It's a lot harder to run away into the woods when your shoes fall apart if you look at them.
Yeah, it's basically just to stop them cutting up their feet on the asphalt as they're made to run around this
They
place.
must spend an absolute fortune on cheap gym shoes.
They get paid an absolute fortune to look after the corporate brats.
Look after.
Yeah, you see them all just get shepherded back in after about... It takes them about an hour. It's not that fast a run, especially because of the kid at the back. And even the kids at the front, they're mostly like 18 up to about 25. I say kids, they're actually young adults. They're not exactly pushing it. They're not exactly enthusiastic. So they all just get shepherded back into the building. You've got the timetables, so you know that they're about to get an hour of group social time before they're made to go to bed at 10. Is there anything else you're wanting to do, or are you just hanging out? And is there anything that Sunshine is wanting to do during that hour or so that they're running? Oh, sorry, they're going in for dinner at the moment at about 8 o'clock. I misread the timetable there. Is there anything else that you're wanting to do in the meantime?
Just in case of anything much more we can do.
We can plan the last...
Have I caught any fish?
That's an important question. Answer that question.
That is a very important question.
Roll me an agility plus edge.
Is fishing a skill?
No. Actually, it might come under survival. Have you got the survival skill there, Huggy?
I do not.
In which case, just give me a willpower -1, because that's what survival runs off.
Oh, that's 1 then.
Critical glitch. You're trying to cast, and you get the fish hook through the palm of your offhand.
Yeah.
Oh! So, yeah, you come back to the van looking deeply displeased, holding your hand with the hook still in it until you can get a pair of pliers to crush the barb so you can pull it out without tearing yourself to shit, because it's gone, you know that soft bit between your thumb and...
It's a webbing between the thumb and forefinger.
Yeah, it's gone right through that and out the other side, and you're just there going, ow, oh, frag. It hasn't caused like a box of damage or anything. It's just embarrassing and deeply unpleasant.
I'm not even flattening the barb. I'm just getting a pair of wire cutters and cutting the top off the hook.
That's probably more sensible, actually.
Oh, Huggy's never actually... This has never happened to Huggy before because it's never come up. So Toyger sort of like, oh, Huggy, oh no, come here. And then like comes over, like puts both hands in his hand. And Huggy's probably got bigger hands than like 2 of Toyger hands. And then casts heal, so you get like sort of warm, tingly gold feeling. You hear him purring. I think that's everyone in the party's now been Toyger healed because it feels nice.
Mav hasn't, I think.
I don't think I have.
Oh.
Mav, go brain yourself in a brick wall or something and come back.
That is a deeply strange feeling. But it doesn't hurt anymore, so thanks.
I can also, remove hangovers and the negative effects of most drugs.
Why do you not do this most mornings?
I'm very rarely hungover, I'm just grumpy.
We've been hungover together before.
It's just a hangover.
I have been hungover with you. I don't know whether you were hungover at this point.
I must have been slightly hungover. I'd have offered to remove the hangover from you.
He was too hungover to remember that he could remove hangovers.
As you're having this conversation, a whooshing police cruiser pulls up and stops behind the van. And a cop gets out. He's wearing, pretty standard sheriff uniform with, the wide brim hat and stuff. And he gets out and starts walking over to you and says, "Good evening, ladies and gents. I'm going to need to see your permits, please. We've had a call from the school about a van sat out here for several hours."
Oh, yeah, sorry. I was fishing in the lake just west of here. I take out the fishing license that I've got and, show him the gears that I've got.
He glances at the rod and stuff, then glances at the permit, and they just scrolls through it a few times. Looks up and says, "This does seem to be in order. I do want to double check though. How many rods do you have, please?"
Just the 2.
Right, and is it just yourself that's fishing, or are any of your companions fishing as well? Because this permit does only cover yourself.
No, it's just been me. These guys have not really been interested. Just why I didn't bother getting any licenses.
No, we've just been hanging out, drinking soy wisers. It's alright. She's driving.
That's fine. Please do make sure that you take any and all bottles away with you. The permit does only cover yourself, ma'am. So if we do find any of you fishing without a license, that will be a fine.
I know.
I'm vegetarian.
We get vegetarians come up here to fish all the time.
Why?
Sport. Anyway, it's getting late. The license does only cover you during daylight hours. I am going to have to ask you to move along, please.
Yeah, I was just packing up.
Thank you very much.
Not had any luck, so I stayed out a bit longer than I meant to. Thanks for your concern, officers.
How long are you in town for?
Maybe another couple of days.
Alright, well, enjoy your stay. The license will cover you for that period of time. Have a good evening, folks. And he tugs at the hat and walks away and gets back into the cruiser. And you can see he's sat down and he's opened ARO windows, and you can see he's tapping away at them. It looks like he's maybe just doing some paperwork or writing a report.
Running our plates, trying to get us for anything he can.
Mav, give me a police procedures roll. This will come under patrol, which is why I'm saying it to you in particular.
Rolling. Come off it. I am not content with that level of success.
It's not a glitch. It's not far off. Bloody nearly a crit glitch there.
2 hits.
Yeah, on 2 hits, he's totally sitting and waiting to make sure that you guys actually fuck off.
He is going to stay there until we leave.
Of course he is.
Well, I'm busy packing up the fishing gear.
Yeah. So, if there's anything very quick that you'll want to do in the Matrix Sunshine, now's the time. Otherwise, skedaddle.
Yeah, I don't have time.
I think we're done for the night.
Let's head back into town. I'm going to try another spot tomorrow, as there was nothing here.
Are you just driving back to the truck stop?
Yeah, unless you guys have anything else planned.
I don't think we've got any better ideas.
Nope.
Alright, so you head on back. You're all sleeping in the big rig, I would assume, because it's got fairly large bedroom. Huggy takes up basically an entire double bed.
Huggy will be sleeping in the van.
Yeah, fair enough. Oh yeah, I imagine the rigger cocoon's quite comfortable, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, it's supposed to be comfortable.
Yeah, exactly.
And I've got we got the facilities installed in the small van, so between the two of them, I've got basically a camper van.
You guys have a fairly boring and pleasant night. You get some dinner out the soy dispenser in the back of the big rig. Why does the chocolate flavour always taste so fragging chalky?
So, because it's been like a soy-based dinner, Toyger probably had to like go lie on the roof for a couple hours just to...
Surely we packed Toyger safe food.
We must have.
Surely we bought kibble for the cat's special diet.
I'll have brought some Toyger safe food in the dispenser in the Hermes.
Why is the me safe food always a cube? And Toyger holds like a little cube of mysterious brown gunk. It doesn't taste bad, it just looks weird.
You put the cube into the dispenser.
No, this is what came out of the dispenser. Look, and he presses the button on it and another cube drops out.
God, okay. I'm going to have to reprogram the dispenser then.
Still better than your home host.
Better than the home host, it's recognizably food.
I'm not sure that's recognizably food.
It's a broad definition.
Toyger like bites a chunk out of an apple. It doesn't taste bad, it's a cube. Sunshine, have you ever seen stars before?
Do you mean like celebrities or do you mean celestial bodies? Because no and no.
And okay, well Huggy fixes this. Come onto the roof of the big rig with me. I want to show you something cool.
Okay.
This is Maine. Is it a clear night? Is it a okay night?
Is it completely cloudy?
Roll edge.
No hits. Oh, look, it goes 3-1-3. What a fun little pattern.
No, it's cloudy as frag right now.
Oh.
So, what you're mostly seeing, I mean, it's late September at the moment. What you're mostly seeing is light reflecting off the cloud from Providence. No, it wouldn't be Providence, would it? It would be... Oh, Christ, there isn't any big cities nearby whatsoever, so it isn't, in fact, light reflecting off the cloud. It's just dark.
Oh, that's disappointing. I was going to show you something cool and transformative that would, affect you in a profound way. Imagine there's lots of lights up there. I mean, the clouds aren't, full of toxic waste. That's fun, that's cool.
Still don't trust the rain.
Yeah, no, never trust the rain.
Well, upwind from...
Being upwind is the good thing. Being downwind is the bad thing.
Still don't trust the rain. So wind is still blowing in from the coast, which means we're getting all the smog from Portland.
This is much less fun and cool than I thought it was going to be. Would anyone like a bite of cube?
Sure.
So you have a fairly pleasant, if boring, night. So it's the next day. It's now the 27th. You could call Hemlock if you wanted to. She told you that she would be back within range. What are your next steps? What you want to do, folks?
We need to plan this damn hit. We can probably communicate with Alexandra, which makes this easier, but not easy, because she's still being watched by armed guards. But if she was to make a break for the gate, we turn the electric fence off at the mains and bash the van through the rest of it during the evening run.
Not a terrible plan. Although we need to...
That's a plan 1.
We need to stop HTR. That's the problem.
Yes.
Because I don't fancy trying to outrun a T-Bird back to New York.
No, and that leads us to problem number... I don't know, what are we on, bound? 16? 17? Once we do this hit, we're not safe until we hit New York, and even then...
Yeah.
It's only as safe as New York is. If we do this loud, we need to throw pursuit off our tail. If we do this quietly, they're going to work it out before we get back to New York.
Yeah.
But at that point, we're probably far enough away. Unless they have ways of tracking Alexandra.
Do we still have that tracker remover thing that you borrowed from your spooky friend?
No, Grim just showed up and waved it himself.
Ah, crap.
We should probably have bought one.
Sunshine, could you give me a Matrix knowledge roll?
That should be a knowledge skill that I have, but I don't.
You must.
I don't have Matrix knowledge. Would you mind if I retroactively bought that? Because I have the karma.
Yes.
How do you not have something applicable?
You've spent enough time hanging around on the Matrix to pick it up. What specifically are you grabbing? So this would be a knowledge skill. Is it like Matrix security procedures? Is it Matrix hangouts? Hacker boards? I'm just chucking out examples at the moment.
Probably hacker boards, given the amount of stuff I've spent doing.
Okay, that's fine. I will say that you can roll that at a -2. You can link that to either logic or intuition as you please. That one.
I would say that's a logic one. Sweet nothings.
All right.
Cool, you know nothing.
So you have no fragging idea about this. Mav, could I get a police procedures roll? This arguably could come under patrol.
If it's what I think it is, it's just patrol. I'm gonna roll it. 4 hits. This I know.
When you were in the patrol division, if they did have RFIDs on someone, they'd often implant them into clothes, they'd put them in the cuffs, they'd put them in the food. They did also sometimes implant them, and those were always... That could result in things like you guys following the tracker because they ditched all the other ones because, you know, they were relatively sensible, and you'd find just the tracker on the floor with a little bit of blood on it. And that would be that.
Okay.
It's a good thing that we have a surgery bench set up.
That is true. We do have an actual, surgeon in the van.
What?
So you're not going to have to do Dr. Bowie knife.
Sorry, who is a surgeon?
The van itself.
What?
The Valkyrie module built into the van has its
Valkyrie
own...
modules can do surgery?
Not normally. Huggies has a pilot.
Holy frag.
With the medicine skill.
I would say that it can do basic procedures. It can't exactly do a triple bypass.
Yeah, but unless they have installed this RFID, inside her lungs.
Yeah. I mean, as long as they haven't, implanted it into the middle of her liver or something, you're probably all right.
Okay, it'll be subdermal. Come on.
Yeah.
Stick it in their upper arms or something.
Back of the neck, probably. There's lots of loose skin and it doesn't move that often.
Fair.
And it's hard to get to.
Is this Huggy's farming experience coming out?
When you tag cattle, you always tag them on the... If you're not tagging them on the ears, and you tag them on the back of the neck, just behind the head.
I thought the cows wore those things on their ears as, fashion statements. Like you did it to pretty them up.
Well, mostly we do that now, yes. Because it's a lot easier to RFID tag them. But, farmers are slow to modernize.
So we can probably remove the matrix trackers. Toyger, how you track someone astrally?
So you hold an image of their aura in your mind's eye, and you go looking for it, or you send spirits to go looking for it.
But that has to be done by, walking and looking.
Yes. You have to actually go and look for them. If it's a person using very powerful magic, there might be a bit of a snail trail you could follow. Tracking a mundane, which Alexandra is...
You've got magic theory, do you not, Toyger?
I do. I can roll it.
Yes, please.
Oh, I've worked this one out too. Oh no.
1 hit. That's a bit pants.
Ooh, 1 off a glitch. So with 1 hit, there's some way you can track them. You need... it's to do with sympathy. You need something from them. Oh god, what was it? Pion was babbling about this. Said he used it to track down a guy that owed him money and kick the dreck out. Well, pay someone else to kick the dreck out of them. What was he on about? Mav has magic theory.
Mav has magic theory.
Yeah, ritual samples. Police used to use them all the fragging time.
Which they almost certainly have of all their employees, which includes these young adults.
Yeah, basically, bit of blood in the freezer, away you go.
The other thing that I was thinking was our thaumaturgical therapist is casting sustained magics on all of these people. They'll be glowing with her signature if it's not disguised, which it isn't to her, because it's her signature. Was that magically correct, GM?
Yeah, basically you can use a ritual sample to track somebody. You can also use it to cast spells at long range. So, if you have a bit of somebody's blood, and say 6 magicians of the same tradition, and 1 magician who can actually physically see them, you can use all 6 of those magicians to group cast Mana Bolt at them. And you could use the ritual sample to help scry for them. There's various uses of it. So yeah, if they've got ritual samples, they can probably do something quite nasty with them. They can probably tracer with them. Might be worth checking if they have those.
So if they have those, they either need to destroy them, steal them, or find a way of protecting her from them.
I mean, once she's behind a mana barrier, she'll be fairly safe.
Only while she is behind the mana barrier, then. For taking her out of one prison and putting her in another.
They would need somebody with eyes on her. So if they have the sample, they can use that, target her, and then they just have a Watcher Spirit look at her and then do something.
The sample means you don't even need the viewer. It's instead.
Also, this means that they can find us fairly easily. And they don't even need to do anything magical, they just need a whooshing hit team.
So we need to remove meat and matrix trackers. The magical trackers, we just need to destroy their samples.
Oh, that's going to be easy.
Sunshine could get into the system.
This is going to be on Whooshing's central employment database.
No, but they would need the sample, like the blood, the hair, the...
They will need the actual physical samples.
Which are going to be equally as secure.
But they will probably be digitally labeled.
Mav, based on your magic theory of 3 hits, they're generally kept in a freezer.
Where?
Yeah, we just need to turn the freezer off, and then they'll spoil and stop being useful.
Yes, that is cunning. Assuming that is something that they allow to be done from the Matrix.
Well, if we can cut the power.
The question is that done at Cornwall, or is that done by Whooshing New York?
Given what this lady is doing, I suspect that she wants to have these under her nose.
That's fair. But there may be a second set of samples at Whooshing New York. Because
Then there isn't anything we can do about that.
And we need to just give this up now.
There are things that can be done about that, because that is something Eddie could solve. Because as a citizen of the CAS, as an official citizen of the CAV, I had DNA samples on file. I no longer have those, thanks to Eddie.
Because they're not linked to a person anymore.
Would they not still be magically linked?
I mean, they could still track them, they could still do the ritual, but they'd have no idea who they were going after, because it's like, this is linked to Citizen John Smith, but now there is no Citizen John Smith, so the link doesn't actually lead anywhere. It's like, this is a sample of question mark.
Okay.
I presume that part of burning her identity
is removing your DNA from the DNA banks.
No. Involves having that DNA labeled as belonging to someone who no longer exists. It's ludicrously expensive to get yourself actually removed from those banks. I'm imagining that what actually happens is you get labeled as dead.
And they throw it out because you're dead?
Alternatively, the little vial of your blood might still say, I don't know what your real name was, Maverick. But the person will go to the computer like, I need Maverick's blood sample, and they type that in, and the computer says back to them, no such person.
I don't actually know which of those is correct, but one of them is.
In any case, are we assuming that we are burning your cousin's ID?
Well, I assumed I was going to have to do that when I got back anyway.
That takes care of the Whooshing New York backup.
Any backup samples you might have.
Okay, so it sounds like we've got a plan then.
We need you to get into their freezer control and turn it off.
Blood samples spoil in, I think it's 6 hours out of the fridge.
That's quite a long time.
Buggy, you've got sort of technical skills, don't you? Do you have, like, engineering or anything like that? Or industrial mechanic?
I have electronics group.
That includes hardware? Is that good enough?
Yeah, give me a hardware roll, so electronics group.
That's 3 hits.
Freezer or fridge just sucks heat out of one place and dumps it into the atmosphere. You could totally reverse that.
Yeah, any fridge is just a radiator working in reverse.
Yeah, it's basically just a heat pump. If you just reverse the polarity
of the thermal flow.
Yeah, it'll just become a heat sucker, not a heat pump.
Yes, that should be relatively easy. That'll also speed up the spoiling time because you're now heating the blood, effectively cooking it.
Oh, so I found this website. So blood out of, it's by Neoterix by Trajan, which are a blood testing company. They sound evil.
They're owned by Telestrian Industries.
So, a wet blood sample, that is a blood sample that has been removed from a person, out of a fridge will last 8 hours before it becomes completely unviable for DNA testing. At between 2 and 8 degrees C, it will last for 7 days, and they're good for up to 8 weeks at -15 for transfusion purposes. But after 3 weeks of being stored at -15, they're at like less than half effectiveness, basically.
Yeah, and then there's cryogenic freezing where you crank the temperature right the frag down.
Don't believe blood products survive that process, though.
Oh, do they not?
They don't. The red blood cells are too big. They burst if you...
Yeah, they would, wouldn't they?
Which is why we can't cryo-freeze people.
Fair enough. So I'm gonna say that for the purposes of ritual samples, they work on the same rules as being able to stick it in a person, because if effectively it's like essence at that point. So
if sticking it in a person would do good, then you can find out who it came from.
Yeah. So with that in mind, if you heat it up, it'll spoil pretty quickly.
So we need to get a message to Alexandra. We need to cook the blood by reversing the polarity of the fridge. We need to... what else?
We need to get our return load loaded.
Yes.
Because we need to depart with that as soon as we've got Alexandra.
So I imagine that you guys are having this conversation in the big rig during the evening.
Yeah.
Like you're planning this out. And the guy who runs the yard has just told you, yeah, we'll get the new shipping container loaded for you tomorrow, and then you can leave whenever. Just please don't be too long about it, because the local cops...
Yep.
But yeah, that'll all be loaded up, ready and waiting for you.
Cool.
So we can do this at any time from tomorrow evening. We probably can't do it on the morning run if we're going with that plan. Ugh. What else do we need to do?
Message Alexandra, reverse the...
fridge.
Yeah, reverse the fridge. we need to arrange where she's gonna where and when she's gonna make a break for it.
Unless we can come up with a better plan for that part.
Yeah, and then would I be able to like jam security's comms? Is that a thing that would be possible?
Yes. However, it would probably cause a state of alert.
I mean, yes. There is no way that we're not causing some state of alert, because at some point they're going to have to do a head count.
Yeah.
We might be able to put the state of alert off until after we leave if we're very good.
Yeah.
But there is going to be one.
Yeah.
How big is that compound, roughly?
The long side is about 700 meters.
Right.
Give me a sec. So for our Americans, that's about 2,300 feet.
If it's 300 meters, it's also about 300 yards.
A bit more than 300 yards, but
330-ish. It's pretty bloody close.
Yeah, for bad maths, it's close enough.
So, if the guards have rating signal 3 comlinks, they cannot reach the whole way across this compound. They probably have rating 4 compound, their corporate security.
Bear in mind, mesh network, they can just bounce it through other devices.
That is true. So they can point-to-point comms. We either need an actual jammer, or you might be able to cause some disorganization by taking out control.
Yeah.
Which you might be able to do, but that involves going up against that spider.
I'm not that good.
Fair.
No, me doing Matrix combat, forget it. Not against an actual corporate spider.
It went badly last time you did it.
Yeah.
And then Tin Hat threw a bunch of drones in a fragging river.
Yes, thank you. I don't need reminding of the time I got link locked. You try it sometime.
I don't intend to.
Safen newlocknew for Bowen Nila Tin Hat.
Yo, I think you actually need his real name for that to work. I don't think a moniker would work. You know, the whole true name thing.
Maybe it is a true name. Define true, define real, define name.
You're going to be defining my taser if you continue along that track, Toyger.
I know what your taser is. It's the spiky thing with the electricity that...
So, someone come up with a better plan than just snatching Alexandra off the morning run.
Magically teleporting her away from that place?
Is that a thing you can do?
No, it is not. It's not a thing anyone can do.
Not a better plan.
Is there any point in her day cycle where she might be a bit more unattended?
When she's sleeping, they're not exactly just there staring.
But is her room not locked from the outside?
Yeah, it will be locked from the outside. There's always somebody about, or at least a camera in the room. These kids basically have no fragging privacy.
It's all part of our regularly scheduled torture.
Or at least dehumanization.
Pretty sure that qualifies as torture.
You might be right.
If she had a bit more freedom of mobility,
then she might be able to go for a walk in the grounds.
And then, I know, kick a door in or something, get her close to us, but they've got her locked down pretty damn tight.
Yeah.
I don't suppose there's, like... Do they get time off for good behaviour? Is that a thing?
Not really. It's once you're in the school, you're in until you complete the program, and then they let you out.
What I'm meaning is, do you get... Oh, you get a lower security day pass so you can wander.
Oh, right.
I'm not suggesting they let you out. Of course, they're not going to do that. But is there like a... Prisoner 487 has successfully completed 4 therapy sessions ahead of schedule. They get allowed to wander the grounds pass.
Yeah, they do get stuff like that. So it's very much based around the idea of when you come into the program, you have no privileges whatsoever. You basically, like, you get terrible, tasteless food. You have no time where you're unsupervised.
You're eating gruel, sleeping on a hard slab, and...
Yeah, and if you engage, if you do what they want, if you go to your therapy sessions and do as the therapist asks and stuff like that, you get a little reward, which means that you then do the next thing they want, and you get a little reward, have a head pat and some dopamine and some actual human dignity. It's that kind of deal.
And that's the part of the program that's only torture, as opposed to the thaumaturgical part.
Okay, so that being the case, first off, does Alexandra have one of those already by any chance? Probably not. I doubt the GM's that nice, but...
Alexandra, how much have you been engaging with the program?
I'd say probably relatively engaged, except that she's also detoxing.
Which is going to make it a hell of a lot more difficult.
Which is going to make it harder.
So points for effort, but points off for...
yeah.
Like...
puking everywhere, yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair, they're not going to penalise that because you're doing the thing, you're being a good girl and getting off the drugs.
Yeah, but it might mean you're more likely to be supervised a bit more closely.
Yes, this is true.
And it probably means she's cranky, so she's probably rude to the staff.
Yep.
Which doesn't count as engaging.
Yeah, so, based on that, she's...
getting there.
Partially engaging, but not very much at the moment. So she's at the we'll give you a mattress and some food with some flavour stage. She's not yet at the you can go for a walk outside stage yet.
Right. Possible plan. Could I hack her account to her patient account and basically give her those privileges so that she would be able to go a wandering, and then
would be able to access the redacted accounts, but I don't think that matters in this case because that means the real ones weren't on the same.
Well, this only needs to be the ones that, like, the security guards see.
And since we can't matrix into the real ones, neither can they.
Yeah. They're not going to let the security guards see, like, aha, like, today I did horrific experiments on children, and then I cackled evilly and drank tea and...
I twirled my mustache!
Twirled my mustache while I was petting my white cat.
Yeah, Sunshine, that is something that you could potentially do. You've built yourself a back door, so I would say with logging in to that, you're not going to have to make any rolls, but if you do attempt to do anything naughty, you will need to make rolls and security checks for that.
Okay, that is a possible plan then.
Because if she's allowed to just walk off into the grounds, we can possibly get our outdoorswoman talismonger friend to quietly sneak us up to one corner of the grounds.
Deactivate a section of the fence, cut a hole, pull her out.
Melt a hole.
Make a hole, whatever. And then get her out that way, and they wouldn't be expecting her back straight away.
Not straight away. She probably wouldn't have long walks in the woods past ever.
No.
But, I mean, 15 minutes delay is 15 minutes delay.
Yeah.
And that might be long enough to cook the fridges so no one notices what's wrong.
15 minutes to vanish into the woods.
Yep.
Huggy, this is going to need a lot of decking. Is there much you can do in that department? I know you're more of a rigger, but can you deck
I can deck, yes.
Okay, we should probably split the decking tasks between us then.
Is that the best plan? That's a better plan than ram raiding the gates and...
That has the potential for us to get away reasonably quietly.
Yes, for at least a little while.
Which is an improvement over...
immediate warning.
Yeah.
But we may also have problems if the watcher spirits in the grounds are watching.
Yes, but... Well... Okay, is there anything we can do about that then?
Killing them would set off alarms in itself.
Yep.
Spirit concealment might possibly work. The same way that air spirit was able to sneak in.
Air spirits are very sneaky.
Could your air spirit sneak Alexandra past the watcher spirits?
I actually think so. They've got conceal as a power-up.
Which is what it used to sneak in, and I think conceal will do what we want it to.
So if I can... Provided we don't do it to near sunup or sundown, I can expend edge, summon a relatively powerful air spirit, and command it to conceal both itself and Alexandra while she flees.
How close together do the things it's concealing have to be?
Line of sight, all it has to be able to do is see her, and most spirits of air have got quite good eyesight, so...
So it could theoretically also conceal, say, you, me, and Hemlock outside the fence.
I mean, I can also conceal you, me, and Hemlock.
Of course, because you can cast invisibility.
Yep.
Okay, so Huggy and I...
Provide matrix support and get ready to run.
Okay, so Huggy and provide matrix support.
Yep.
You two go forward, cut the wire. Alexandra comes out, meets you along with Hemlock, and then the three of you leg it back to the van. And then we ride off into the sunset.
The sunset, which is actually the fridge overheating behind us.
Yeah.
The number of times this group have driven off away from the sunset being like a bomb we have set off.
It's not that many.
Once is a lot.
Yeah, it isn't that many that you've set off bombs.
I think we've only set off 2 bombs.
2 bombs, yeah. 2. There's been multiple explosions, but 2 bombs. Also, sunset for the time of year. I have just found this off a very quick Google search of what time is the sunset in Skowhagen, Maine on this particular date. Will be at 25 minutes past 6.
That's a perfectly reasonable time to go jogging, I would say. Around the grounds, like a good little...
If she goes jogging during group social at 9 o'clock...
That'll be... The issue is if I summon it too close to sunset...
But sunset's at 6?
Yeah. At 8:24, that's when any bindings I've put on the spirit will break.
No, 18:24 was the time I said. 24-hour clock.
Which is 6:30.
The lower edge of the sun hits the horizon.
Okay, so we do this before sundown.
So it's at sundown is at 6:30 in the evening, roughly.
Which is while Alexandra is in individual counselling, so that's a bad time to do it anyway. She's very attended, like the whole hours and hours and hours before that. After that, she has evening exercise, dinner, group social, then sleep. Group social seems like the part that she would be allowed to leave to go on a little wander in the grounds. It is safely after dark, so Toyger can summon his spirits, and has them all night if he needs them. What time's dawn? Because that's the other option. We could do it in the morning.
6 minutes past 6.
Ugh.
So, just as they're getting up.
Which is the same time as wake up, yeah. Do we know when inmates, pupils, residents,
denizens, condemned,
when people are allowed to use grounds passes, do we have information like that? Is that part of the security protocols?
Yeah, Sunshine would have been able to find that. It can be earned as a privilege, so you might get a day where you might be able to do it instead of an individual counselling session, or if you're considered to be like an advanced student, then you might be able to do it instead of your group mindfulness session as a go for a walk, be mindful on your own. You don't have to do this with the group today because you've been doing this for quite a while now and you know what you're doing. That kind of shit.
Problem with doing it during either of those is that whoever she's supposed to be meeting will know that she hasn't earned it, and when she doesn't turn up, we'll raise an alarm.
I mean, to countermand what Mav's saying, the person doing the individual therapy is going to be in charge of, like, properly psychologically indoctrinating these little chits. They aren't going to be keeping an extremely close tab on exactly how they behave at all hours of the day. If they get a little note on their calendar saying patient has earned a day's reprieve from mental reconditioning, patient has opted to go for a walk around the grounds to reflect on how pretty the cage is, they'll probably just go, oh, thank God, more time to write up notes and twirl my mustache and cackle evilly and pet the white cushion I have in a cat because white cats are expensive and, you know, not all, some of us have to make do with these white fluffy cushions.
And shed everywhere, and my God, the hoovering bill. We've gone through 6 Roombas this week. So, one thing that she might do is she might be assigned it as part of her mindfulness.
Your corporate mandated mindfulness.
Oh, God. So it sounds as though you guys have a pretty solid plan put together.
I wouldn't call it solid, but it's definitely a plan.
It's definitely a plan. So, a phone call to Hemlock, and I think you guys are pretty much good to go, unless there's anything else you're wanting to do.
Unless we can come up with a better plan.
Alright, so who's calling Hemlock? Mav suggested it, so it sounds like you're doing it, or is it Toyger?
I'll do it. I'm the one with her number.
You are the person the contact was given to, so they're your contact, so you do it.
Yay.
Alright, so you hit dial, rings for like, I don't know, 3 rings or something, and there's a Hemlock's phone. Hello, Pion's friend, what do you want?
Oh, it's nice to be remembered as Pion's friend. You mentioned retaining your services as a tracker into the woods. What was your rate again?
$2,000 a day. This includes keeping Piasme off your back.
This is most splendid. I shall be taking advantage of this. Tell you what, it would be rude not to tell you. We're doing a jailbreak.
Not over a phone. Frag's sake, were you born yesterday?
Oh, I'm
Jesus
joking. Calm
fragging
down.
Christ, I'm having words with Pion about who he gives this number to.
Oh, I was kidding. It's like rescuing my pet hamster from Dad. It's relax. It's fun. It's a practical joke.
Right. You're hiring me for a hamster hunt. Okay, yeah.
Super. Meet us in the cafe at reasonable lunchtime. And
what, the diner?
Cafe, diner, parlour. The place with the little pink cakes that look like Mr. Blobby's tumours.
Mr. what?
Mr. Blobby?
What?
Toyger, is this some rich people nonsense that I'm too poor to understand?
It's a British show. It had a revival in like the 2060s.
Why were you watching 60s British television?
The horror movie theatres.
I mean, yes.
It was considered acceptable television for young corporate use. Oh my God, Hemlock's still on the phone. Meet you at the cafe, Hemlock. Okay, bye. Hang up.
For any of our American listeners, if you want nightmare fodder, look up
Mr. Blobby.
Thank you for spending some time with us and listening to the Pride Against Prejudice podcast. We hope that you enjoyed the show and look forward to seeing you again in 2 weeks' time for our next episode. In the meantime, Toyger's ability to forget how magic works is truly amazing. Have your players or characters ever forgotten how their abilities work? let us know on our Discord. Intro is More Human Than Human by Carl Casey, and the background music is also by Carl Casey. Outro music is Neon Thrills by Luck Hash, and all sound effects are credited in the show notes. The Tops Company Inc. has granted permission to the Pride Against Prejudice podcast to use such names, logos, artwork, marks, and or any other proprietary material for promotional and informational purposes on its website, but does not endorse and is not affiliated with the Pride Against Prejudice podcast in any official capacity whatsoever. All other works mentioned in this podcast remain the property of their respective owners. The Pride Against Prejudice podcast is licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution 4.0 license. So if you want to use any part of the show, please give us the credit. See you next time, chummers.